Live your life in seasons. Live your life in seasons. I think one misconception a lot of people do have is that they need to constantly feel like the grind is end all be all, or they need to fully commit to something for the rest of their life. I think a much healthier approach, a much more balanced approach in which you can still get the most maximum amount of output on a stretched period of time with the singular focus that could lead to more dividends than either one, stretching yourself so thin by doing an extreme amount for a way too long time, or two, where they try to do everything in moderation. And when you find out in moderation that everything else in their life kind of thins out and they're not able to really develop in this one thing, it shows a lack in skill. It shows a lack in outcome. If you live your life in seasons, it should be a primary focus, whatever it might be. So supposedly, right? Like I'm living a life in my season right now of grind and work, where all I care about realistically right now is my physical health and my career and my work. In social life, I will take inputs of little doses in which I can still get some sort of feeding that I can still feel human. But this period is only going to last for 3 to 5 years, most likely. And I'll have miniature seasons where I'll do, okay, 3 months on, then maybe 1 to 2 weeks off. And 3 months, I will be fully committed. 1 to 2 weeks, I'm going to chill out, completely chill out. And what this allows me to do is, first of all, get the pure focus. And when I feel like I'm about to burn out, I take the 1 to 2 week period at the 90-day mark. And guess what? Now I'm letting my body fully replenish, fully recover. And I know that I've earned this rest, which is another concept where you need to really dive into in your head. But I still maximize the output if you look at the whole scope of like supposedly a year, right? There were likely is likely going to be 3.5, 4 instances of 90 days on, 2 weeks off, 90 days on, 2 weeks off. And realistically, if I just continued on for, let's say, 120 days, I'll be completely burnt out. And by that burnout period, I'm going to be so unrecoverable towards the level of drive I would have, the level of consistency that I could have. And if I did moderation, I would just necessarily be stretching myself so thin that eventually I'll, lose one day or lose another day because of so many things I'm trying to juggle at the same time. So you are only human and we all have the same 24 hours in a day. If you can just have an honest conversation with yourself of what do I want right now? What does my kind of 5, 10, 15, 20-year plan look like? Be cognizant, of course, to still, if you choose to live your life, but you have to look at some sacrifices that you might have to make if you want to achieve a top performing outcome. So speaking to the 1%, speaking to the people who want to be the best, speaking to the people who want to be the creme de la crop, you're going to have to live your life in seasons like a professional athlete. But during the off season, you're going to have to fully recover, fully rest. Why do you think you see so many professional athletes take a full vacation after they finish their camp, they finish their season? It's because what they do is that recovery is a form of work. You need mental capacity, and likely if you're an athlete, physical capacity. Recovery is a huge key factor in this. So live your life in seasons, and I guarantee you, your life will likely skyrocket, and your output will skyrocket, and your focus will skyrocket.